Welcome back, YouTube, to another episode here at WILDMAN Lifts. I'm your host, WILDMAN. Now, in today's episode, I was in my backyard gym and I was doing bench press with chains, and I was doing this for reps. Now, as I'm doing this in giant set format, I'm going to be explaining why it's not a good idea to max out in weight every single time you go to the gym. Mainly, it has to do with your central nervous system. Every time that you go to the gym, and imagine your central nervous system as a battery. And every time you go to the gym and you do repetitions, that battery is going to drain just a little bit. The problem is when you go to the gym and max out every single time you go there, your central nervous system is going to be on 0%. And it's going to take about 10 days for that central nervous system battery to recharge. That's why it's a good idea to train in certain rep schemes. So let's pop into today's workout and I'll show you what I got planned for today. Now, like I said, for today's strength giant set, I'm going to be doing the bench press. And I'm going to be adding chains to the implement to make sure that I'm getting the most out of my lifts. And as I'm going up in weight, I'm also going to be doing some sled work. And I did sled work last episode. So this is just to finish off that sled work from last video. And I'm going to be doing it with a chest fly, just to warm up my chest as I'm going up in weight. And then I'm going to be doing a 100-meter shuttle run because my legs were very sore from my last video. I did a lot of leg work, and so now I want to make sure that I'm getting those legs warmed up and that they're still functional. And that's going to be 1 mile total by the end of this workout of accumulative running. And that's going to be the giant set for the day. Now, the smartest rep scheme that I recommend doing is going to be about 3 to 6 reps and going up in weight about 20% as you're going up. Yes, I have a lot of beginners that go to the gym and they want to see where they're at every single time they go to the gym, because every single time that they max out and do a 1 rep max, they're actually going up in weight. And that's going to last for a pretty good amount of time. But eventually their bodies are going to plateau and they haven't figured out the basic principles of continued weightlifting for longevity. The only way to make sure that you're consistently and safely progressing in the gym is to follow a very basic strength training format. And there's a lot out there. But for me, what I like to do is linear progression, meaning I just like to hit 3 to 6 reps every time I go to the gym. And then like every 6 weeks, I'll test my 1 rep max out just to see where I'm at. Now, obviously there's a lot to it when it comes to weightlifting. This is just one example. And I've been weightlifting for a very long time. And I've also injured myself and I've gone down in progress when I've been trying to hit 1 rep maxes every time I go to the gym. So when I speak from personal preference and from personal experience. I've also followed strength training programs before, and some of them are very good. And some of them, you need to make sure that you read the whole training format before you jump in, because if you're not doing it correctly and you're kind of like just doing whatever feels good when you go in and you're trying to modify it, then you're actually not going to get what you want to get. Now, I've been doing 3 reps all the way up, which is pretty good. Sometimes I do 1 reps as I go up to my top set. And this is the set before my top set, and it moves with ease. And I was very happy with this, with 320 pounds total. But unfortunately, when I went to my top set, something happened. I either didn't push play, or I pushed play and my phone turned it off. I don't know what happened, but I didn't capture my top set. So I was totally bummed. But I was able to do that with ease, except for lockout on the 3rd rep. All right, so I'm just a touch embarrassed and disappointed in myself because I just hit this weight for 3 repetitions and I thought I pressed record. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but the bottom line was it did not record because I was trying to do this in a short format. So I'm super bummed I didn't film, but I'm very happy that I lifted this regardless. And this isn't the point and the goal that I'm trying to hit, so I still have time to get the film that I want to hit, but this is the step in the right direction. So I'm happy that I hit it, but I'm also disappointed that I didn't capture it. Now maybe I'm going to be able to remember to press record and I can finish the workout now. So let's pop into that. I must say it was very hard for me to continue on with this workout because I really was bummed that I didn't film my top set. But like I said, I am just glad that I was able to hit it. But I continued on by doing 3 rounds of a variation lift with the incline bench press. And I continued to stick with the sled chest flies and with the running back and forth to, again, just make sure I'm on an even number by the time I'm done with all of these giant sets. Now I'm making bigger jumps than I normally do on the incline bench, and it's a bigger jump in weight, and I'm continuing just to do 6 reps. And I really like to do 6 reps always for my variation lifts. Sometimes for my strength giant sets, I either do 1, 3, or 6 rep maxes, but typically on a variation lift, I'm usually doing 6 reps max by the 3rd round. And that's just because variation lifts are there and their sole purpose is there to make my main lift better. That's what they're there for. It's there to make sure that I'm changing the stimulus just a little bit, and so then I'm able to carry that over into my main presses. And the incline bench press both hits the flat bench press and the overhead press very well. And so I like to do that. And I don't know too many people that can bench press 255 pounds on a flat bench. That's usually like their 1 rep max, or they can't achieve that. And I'm using that as my training weight on the incline. So I'm very grateful for that, and very grateful that the rest of the workout went smoothly and that I was able to hit record and record it all. That's the biggest point. I didn't do an outro for this video, but please like and subscribe to this video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.